How's it going, everyone? It's Chris here with Hobby Cantina, and today I'm going to build my own indoor crawler course. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it yourself at home, all the material I got, what you're going to need to get this done. So let's dive right in. So here I got some glue, some wood glue, some acrylic coating, a couple of different organic colors of spray paint. I got this Mod Podge. I got some glue sticks. We got blended turf here from the hobby store. Foliage clusters, like some bushes and stuff right there. And then I also picked up some ballast. So this is basically just like, I'm assuming this is just kind of sand. This is just some sort of sand. So I got this color right here. And then I also got this coarse brown, and this is a little bit thicker. So got that. And then I picked up some wood screws, 2.5 inch is usually a pretty good size to go with. And then I also got some drywall screws because I'm gonna make like a bridge for this. And these are like little tiny things. So I figured when I'm drilling into my stuff, this is gonna work out good. So I got some drywall screws, got some protective mask, plaster cloth. We'll go over those in a little bit. And then I got a plaster cloth sheet. So this is a 20 sheet. So I don't know, maybe these you can cut them, and then these are the smaller ones. But we'll figure that out. And then everything else I will be sourcing from my garage is what we're going to be making this out of. So I've got lots of cardboard, bunch of cardboard and stuff over here as well. And this is the space that we'll be moving all of this stuff after we use it. And then this is where it'll be going, right over here in my space. So yeah, let's get started with the first part. All right, so the first thing I gotta do is I gotta build my table. And I'm gonna put all of my wood cut list, all the wood and like material stuff, I'll put all that in the description, but you do not have to build a table unless you want to. You can kind of do your own way of anything. I mean, this is just my way, but I'm gonna show you how to build the table, and then we'll get into the next part. All right, so here's everything that I picked up. I'm actually making a table because I don't have a table, but the indoor crawler course will actually be being built on this 1/4 inch thick piece of plywood. This thing was super cheap, and you can do 1/4 inch, you can do whatever you want, but this is what it's gonna be built on. And then all this other wood and stuff, I'm gonna be making a table. You'll see that in this video, but I'll be putting a link in the description so that if you actually need a table to put your indoor crawler course on, that will be in here. All right, well, I just got done cutting everything for the table. So now I'm gonna assemble that, screw everything in, and then we're gonna go ahead and start on the rock crawler course. So here we go. All right, so I got my table built, and I've gone ahead and started throwing up cardboard, all those cardboard pieces that I had in that corner over there. And basically what I'm gonna be doing here is I'll be gluing all this down. None of this is glued down right now. But this is my staging area. This is kind of where I'll start each time. It's gonna work best, this corner for me. But anyways, you're gonna, if you come up over this way, This isn't, I'm not leaving any of this here. This is just so I know that this is just a pathway. But anyways, I live in Utah, so this is going to be all desert down here. And when you come in this way, you'll end up coming in under here. And this is going to be kind of a special feature right here. And both of these will be bridges. I'll be moving these. These will actually be bridges made out of wood. So I'll have two bridges. You'll be able to go under one of them right here. And you can kind of come back around this area. And you gotta go over some of this stuff, and then you'll be back in the staging area. Now that's that direction. Now, if you want to go this way, you can go this way and go up the bridge and go up to the mountains, or you can go this way and go up to the mountains through the toughest way to get up there. And this would be your high point and another bridge that goes over to that one. So, all I need to do now is I need to glue everything down. So I'm going to glue everything down, and then I'm going to start putting the plaster sheets out on all of this stuff, and then you'll kind of see how that works. But I think it's working. It's looking pretty good so far, so we'll see. I want to make sure that my biggest vehicle that I'll be using is 1/18 scale. I want to make sure that this can actually crawl over all this stuff. So I just kind of take it around here and I just visualize it going over stuff. And I've already done this on everything, so I'm good to go. But I just wanted to point that out because you definitely don't want to build this whole thing and then glue everything down, and then your crawlers can't even make it, because that would not be good. But you know, I just wanted to point that out. Make sure that you take your crawler and whatever scale you're using, and you just go over everything and just make sure it works out for you. And also leave a lot of space. The reason I left these here is because these are my trails, and then, you know, you can just kind of go off. But I left that there because I want to make sure that I leave that space. And that way, if something gets shifted, it's fine, because I still know how much space I have right here in the middle. Because I'm going to push some of this back, and I'm probably going to put a border up eventually on this. But everything's glued down now. Just got to finish up that one part there. And then down here, I got an obstacle that I put in. I got some room to turn around and stuff if you need to. I got another thing down here in the middle. And then the rest of it is just kind of cruising through here. And all of this stuff is glued down as well. But after this, all I've got to do is we'll start putting down the plaster. So I'm going to put down the plaster sheets, dip that in water, put it on top, and then I'll show you how those work. And then, yeah, then once those dry, we can test out a crawler on it. All right, so I've got two different plaster cloths. So the first one I picked up is 8 inches by 3.75 yards. So I think this is the one that I can cut into whatever sizes I want. And then this one is 12 inches by 8 inches, 20 sheets. So this is just one cloth, and then this is 20 sheets. So we'll start with these, and then I've got my bowl down over here. So we'll just be dipping those in that very quickly. And then we're going to just start placing them And I guess each piece after I put it down, you want to kind of overlap on top of each other. You just keep overlapping them is what it says. So I guess we'll start back here and start working our way up. All right, so far I've gotten about maybe like halfway done of the plaster sheets, and it's looking pretty awesome. I have to go get some more plaster sheets. Unfortunately, I ran out, but when I was at the store, there was only 2 bags left, so hopefully they still have them. I don't know, we'll see. But here, check it out. All right, so over in this area, I've got all of this done. And then going up to here, then I've gotten up to there. And then over here, I started over in here, and I've worked my way up to over here. And then we did that test piece over here earlier. So I'm probably gonna need about 3 or 4 more bags. But I'll go find some, I'll get them, and I'll go get them tomorrow, and I'll start to film and get some more of this done. But so far, so good. All right, so I finally went to the store and I figured out a way better idea of how to use the Plaster of Paris and these sheets. So what I did was I bought these. You go down to your local craft shop, any place that sells fabric, and you get non-woven fabric, which is what this is. And those sheets, the Plaster of Paris sheets that are quite pricey, this whole 9 yards was the same price as the sheet, that little tiny bag of sheets that I had. And then I picked up this to solve that problem. So we just mix this with a little bit of water, dip the sheets in it, cut the sheets how we want them, and place them anywhere. So this is gonna cover everything now, and it's not gonna cost a bunch of money. This was like $5 or $6. So yeah, not bad, but that solves that problem. Instead of getting sheets, get the Plaster of Paris, and then get some of this non-woven fabric. And they have all different colors too. So if you wanna use like green or gray or anything like that, you can pick that up. So yeah, and then also, I picked up this SCX24, and it's the Jeep, the Wrangler, the JLU. Picked up this just for this, and then I'll also be taking it out somewhere. But yeah, got this one. I've been wanting to get this for a while, and the color matches my Jeep. So I'm pretty excited about this. And it also, you're getting the, just like the 1/10 scale, you're getting the, on the SCX10, you're getting that chassis now, and you're getting these oiled filled shocks, and then you're getting the front and rear house metal worm gears. So super excited. That's definitely a big upgrade for me from the old one. And then I also like how the front, instead of having the Velcro, there's actually a little pull pin. And it's just like on the SCX, on the 10. It's the nice pull tabs that you can easily pull out. So look out for my video on this one, but we'll also be testing this out on here once we're finished. But yeah, I'll start cutting that stuff up, and then I'm gonna mix some of this with some water, and I'm gonna get it finished, and then we'll see the results here in just a second. All right, everyone. Well, I totally finished with the Plaster of Paris. I ended up getting a 25-pound bag and going through that entire thing, plus that little bucket I had. So if you do the Plaster of Paris, which I highly recommend because you got to see this. But if you do use the Plaster of Paris, get the big bag from like one of your big box stores, and then you'll use all of it, or you'll have a little left over. And I still have a little bit of that cloth left over, the non-woven cloth. But check this out. Look at this. Voila. I mean, I think this thing turned out like insane good. And what I'm doing is I live in Utah, so I'm doing a southern Utah desert mountainous looking thing. And basically everywhere where my road was going to be, I've kind of carved out like different features, and kind of like if you look on Google Maps and look in an overhead map view, that's kind of what I was going for in southern Utah. And like I've got this like dome thing, and you'll see once I get it done. All right, so I picked up some of that Mod Podge, got that right here. So we're gonna put this on first, and then we're also gonna add this ballast that I got. It's like a coarse sand, and then I've also got kind of like a brownish color of it too as well. So we're gonna put those. I got some brushes. We're just gonna kind of sprinkle that all over this. And yeah, let's get to work. We're gonna get this other one. This one's more of like a golden yellow color. So I'm just gonna kind of sprinkle this one out. It's gonna give kind of that desert, a little bit of a desert sand look that I'm going for here. I'm almost done, but as you can see, what I've been doing is I've just kind of been laying tread, like kind of like, oh, there's a path this way, there's a path that way. Now there will be a bridge going from here to here, and from there at the top of the mountain to over here. I'm going to be sourcing that tomorrow, and I'm going to take that SCX24 out and try and make a video for that as well. But yeah, I got to go up to the mountains, gotta go get some. I'm gonna be looking for some like aspen, like some branches that have fallen or anything that I can find in the woods. But yeah, I mean, it's looking really good. Here's like more where some of that yellow stuff was, but I'll keep this over here because I do have my little mine here. So I'll just keep that there. Like, let's just say it's like copper or gold or something, right? But yeah, so I just have to do this part. We're just gonna run a track up there, and then I'll be done with that. And then we'll add a little bit of foam if needed. I don't really see any spots where I'm gonna need it. I might put some over in this gap in this corner over here, and maybe a little bit right here for now. But that's about it. Oh, look, I got another little mine down here. But yeah, oh, maybe I'll put some here. Make like a little boulder or something. But yeah, looking good. This Mod Podge stuff works really well. I'm gonna put a little bit more over this. And then, yeah, good to go. All right, so I've got this matte river rock. This is the color that I'm gonna do on my, as kind of like my roads going through. Anywhere where it's not a mountain part going up, I'm gonna do this color with this one right here, satin brown boots. But those are the two colors that I'm gonna kind of mix for my road. And then on the outskirts of everything, like in these areas, I'll be using this matte gray or matte deep gray. But yeah, and that's gonna be kind of like everything like table that you see here and stuff like that. And then I've also got this textured burnt sienna. This one's kind of cool. So we're going to be using this on some of the rocks in the mountain area. And then I'm also going to be using this color because I'm doing like red rocks. So I'm going to be using a combination of those and this one, which is a rusty metal primer. It's kind of got a nice brown color to it. I'll be using that one. And then just to get colors mixed together, here's a gloss leather brown. I'll be using some of that. And then in certain spots of the rock, I'll be using this flat white because I really want to get that red rock thing going. And this is kind of modeled after the colors that are used in Capital Reef National Park that you would see there. And here's a matte coffee bean. So I got a lot of organic brown colors. And this is just going to be kind of used in the rock areas along with like some white, flat white stripes, kind of chalky looking. But yeah, let's go ahead and start painting this. All right, everyone, so check it out. I'm about done here. And if you want to look up exactly what I was going after color-wise, you can look up the Bentonite Hills or Capital Reef National Park, or I think there's like the Painted Mountains or something like that. But if you look that up on Google, then you'll see exactly the you know, the colors that I was going for. I even got down here and kind of put in the same color as the mud that we have, like some tracks going around here. And then up in here, I'm keeping it more like the mountains. So you can see I've done like a lot of browns and some golden colors, and there's more of the texture coming down. So pretty much everything is done here. About the only thing I need to do now is I need to add some greenery up on top of my mountain, like kind of up in this area. And then I also need to add like some bushes and kind of some grass and stuff, like in spots where I won't be crawling. I decided we're gonna try out the SCX24 on this real quick and see how this course turned out. Now, like I was saying, I still got to add some shrubs and stuff, and I have a video that'll be coming out for this SCX24, but this thing flipped and went straight into a river today, and somehow the servo was like tripping out and everything, and it was doing a bunch of weird stuff, but somehow everything's good. And I do have an upgrade servo that I ordered that I'm going to be doing a video on this where I'll be adding that in. And I'm lucky because I do not have to upgrade that yet. But let's go ahead and do a little test run. All right, well, here we go. The first test run since the paint and everything. I'm just kind of taking it up here. Oh yeah, it grips a lot better now. I did some runs before I added all the texture and everything. Let's see. Can we make it? Let's get up close here so you can see this. There we go. There we go. And we made it to the top. All right, let's start from over here. So we're gonna go over here. And one of the things I'm gonna be doing is, I'll show you right now. See if we can get over there. But right here where it's going down, I'm gonna add a bunch of sand down here. Make this like a little sand pit area. I think that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, this is a tough spot right here. Let's see if we can get it. Very, very tough spot. I think if we stay more left here, I should be able to crawl right out. All right, so now we're coming down this area. Just kind of cruising over this. There we go. All right, well, everything seems to be working just fine. The scale size, I can get over pretty much anything. It's a little bit challenging, which is what I was looking for. So this is super exciting. Yeah, I'm gonna add some greenery, some shrubbery. I'll show you how I do that. I'm just gonna glue it down. And then we're gonna spray everything so I don't mess it up any more than I already just did. But yeah, we're gonna spray everything down with an acrylic protectant, and then we'll be done. All right, so the first thing I'm opening is this, this grass. So apparently, I think you just sprinkle this stuff on. Yeah, it's kind of like, it's almost like they took felt and just like blended it or something. But yeah, I'm gonna just take this, and then we're going to, we're just gonna sprinkle this around on that mountain area. So let's go ahead and go over to the first spot that I'm gonna start with this. Okay, so I've never used this stuff before, but I'm over here in the mountain area. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of sprinkle it like this, because I mainly just want this in my mountainous area. But yeah, I'm just gonna do that. You can see I got a nice little layer going up. And then I'll get some up here as well, and kind of just get that look going. We'll kind of sprinkle some over here. A little bit, whoop. But yeah, I'm just kind of spreading this stuff. Very, very cool. I like the look of it. Here's the foliage clusters. I'm just gonna stick a couple of these where I want them to be glued down, and I'm just gonna glue them down. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you the finished results, and then let's spray it. All right, so here's the stuff I'm spraying. It's a clear acrylic coating, and it's matte. If this stuff doesn't work, there's a couple different ones that you can get, but apparently you want to use acrylic. That's what I've been told, but I don't know. We'll see how it turns out. Everything else looks great. This is the final thing. And then, of course, and it's optional, on my sides here, I'll be putting in a border. All right, so check it out. This is the final everything. We're totally done. I'm just gonna cut some of this wood that I gathered down here, some of this aspen. I'm gonna cut up a bunch of these and try to make at least 2 bridges. Measured them to 7 inches. And then I just cut them all. And then I took a Sharpie and I've just put a dot on each thing. And I think I'm going to use about 14 to 16 of them for my first bridge. But this is the only one that I'll be building for this video. But just an example to show you how to do this. So now I'm just going to drill holes where I, just follow along and drill holes. And then I've got some like paracord that I'm going to use. And then, yeah, I'll be all done. And I still got a little bit of extra wood down here too, and a few over here as well. But yeah, I'm going to install the bridge and then wrap it up. All right, well, that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed this indoor crawler build. I hope you learned some stuff. I highly recommend that you use the Plaster of Paris and the woven sheets. It's going to make things turn out a lot better. It worked a heck of a lot better, and it's a lot less expensive too than buying a bunch of those plaster sheets. But yeah, thanks for watching. This is Chris with Hobby Cantina. And if you have any comments or suggestions, you just let me know and I'll get right back to you.